Hey crafters! Today we are working on a project that I have been wanting to tackle for some time. You know, I love all things tie-dye, especially in the spring and the summer. Oh my gosh, I just want to rainbow eyes everything within reach. And today we're going to be tie-dyeing some leggings. Wouldn't it be amazing to be able to dye your own leggings to create the colors you want and the patterns you want? I think that would be amazing. I have some mental images of some ideal tie-dye leggings that I'm hoping to create. I'm going to be using 3 different pairs of leggings, and each one I'm hoping to give a new color and a new tie-dyeing pattern. Each one should be a little different from the others, and I'm going to be using 2 dyeing methods. One I'm actually going to do at my kitchen sink in my little apartment, so this is a small space friendly project. And then the other dyeing method I'm going to be taking outside to my carport. So something else you could do in kind of a small space, great to do outside, very fun, like summery spring project. So I hope it's fun for you guys to watch too, because I don't know, this might inspire you to try a little tie-dyeing of your own. I don't know, could be fun. For starters, we're going to head to the craft store, check out the tie-dye situation there. I'll pick out some colors, and then I'll show you the leggings I'm working with, and we'll get started. Let's try it. And of course, the key to a successful legging dyeing project is obviously the leggings. Today I'm working with some leggings by a brand called Hue. These are actually one of my favorite brands for cotton leggings. A lot of leggings are too high-waisted or just kind of baggy in the crotch on me, but these fit really nicely with kind of a moderate rise, and the fabric is mostly cotton, so it's really breathable, but it doesn't bag out a lot. So this is one of my favorites just for wearing normally as well as for projects. I used this kind of legging in my painted legging project for the snowflake leggings I did for the holidays, and those also turned out pretty well too. I like to stock NordstromRack.com to find these on sale whenever I can. But let's take a peek here really quick. Yeah, the key to our success is going to be that 95% cotton. If you're using a legging that is primarily a synthetic blend, like a polyester, spandex type of thing, you're going to need to use different dye than what I'm using today. There are dyes that are designed specifically for dyeing mostly synthetic fabric. Rit Dye has a line of those. I know there's a couple of lines that Joann's fabric tends to carry for synthetics. I'm sticking with the mostly cotton today, A, because I like the leggings, and B, because natural fibers are going to take dye way better than other things. So I'm going with what I think is going to work the best today. And yeah, we're going to get out our dye. You saw me at the craft store. I made some great selections. I have a couple different ideas. I also have one other pair of leggings that I'm going to work with, a pair that I actually thrifted, but I believe it's also from the same brand. So I will have 3 leggings to work with, a whole bunch of dye colors, and this should be a lot of fun. I'm hoping to keep at least 2 of them for myself and then maybe send one to my sister. We'll see. Let me show you the dye we're working with, and let's dive in. Okay, guys, we're going to start off with 1 pair of small leggings and 1 pair of medium and a couple colors of Rit dye. Yes, these are some of my favorites. I think these will look amazing. I'm going to be doing this dyeing process in my sink, And I'm just basically following package directions here for our RIT dye. Yeah, I'm going to tie up the leggings with rubber bands, and I'll try different patterns, I think, for each one. We'll see what I decide to do for that. But then I will be filling up my sink with hot water and adding dye. They're also recommending that I add some salt if I'm working with cotton fibers, so I'm going to be doing that. And then basically I am just going to be following the directions on the bottle, on the package. You might be using a powdered dye, just follow the directions there. I'm just using the liquid today because I have a lot of things to dye. I'll be dyeing a few other things at the same time, so that's why I use the big bottle. But yeah, I'll be getting these guys hopefully in the sink here pretty quickly, and then they'll be sitting in the dye for at least 20 to 30 minutes. I'll be stirring them periodically to try to make sure that the dye is the color that I want and that I'm getting dye, all over the fabric. I don't want a lot of really big white patches on these guys. And then once that is complete, I'll be taking the garments out of the dye and rinsing them, taking off the rubber bands. And then I fill up the sink again, big pot of hottish water again, add some of the RIT color fixative. This isn't absolutely required, but I think it does help to lock in the dye into the fabric a little bit better. So I'll be following these package directions. I think the fabric has to sit in here for, 20 minutes. So the dyed items will get some fixative for about 20 minutes, and then I rinse everything out one more time, and we can wash them in the washing machine, and hopefully after that, try them on. Yes! Okay, so next steps. I need some rubber bands. Let's get started. Okay, I'm thinking for one set, maybe these guys. I think these guys are gonna go. Sorry, I'm just gonna check that you can see what I'm doing. Yes, these guys I think are going to be the teal, and I'm almost thinking I kind of want like almost a pool water kind of pattern, kind of stripies, maybe going like diagonal on here. We'll see. Let's see. Try to get these guys kind of flat. I think maybe I'll try doing kind of like an accordion, like a loose accordion. I don't want it to be like super tight. And maybe I'll just go up part way, because I do want the top part of the leggings to be dyed, just because they do tend to be a little bit see-through with the white. So I want the the top part to be covered if possible. Let's see if I can mirror that accordion thing on this other side. I don't know if I can do it. We'll try. Can always take it off and do it again, right? Be like one more. Do I like that? No, that's a little weird. What if I make it go opposite, so they're kind of like that? Let's try that. That could be cool. Not sure if I'm getting this exactly right, but that looks relatively even. It's kind of cool. Okay, maybe I can just neaten this guy up a little bit. Maybe. Oh boy. Okay, how are we gonna tie this thing? Ooh, okay. Wait. Maybe this wasn't the best idea. Can we do it? can we make it stay? Okay, a little bit, kind of. Okay. Maybe I'll work this down a little bit. You know, another idea would be to use like clothespins or chip clips to hold it. Let's play with this and see if we like it. Otherwise, we could try the chip clips. Okay, that would probably be okay. Let me try the chip clips. Okay, I don't have as many of these available as I thought I did. Welcome to my kitchen. Let's see if that works. You know, it's just too thick. I think we're gonna go rubber bands and just roll with it. It's gonna be a little weird. Some of you guys might have some other suggestions of some other clips that I could be using for this. I know they're out there. Let me know in the comments if you have some like clamps or something maybe that you've used or could use. Let me know. Okay, so this is the butt. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit ruched up. That's actually probably good, so it's not just a solid color. Let's add like a center band to just kind of scrunch up the top just a little bit. Like not a lot, but a little bit. Maybe like this guy. Perfect. Okay. Because I do want a lot of dye up here in the top, but you know, if it's a little bit like mottled, that's probably good because it's not going to be completely solid. Let's see. Okay, this is looking pretty tight. I may end up having to loosen some of the rubber bands during the dye process if it seems like there's a lot of white, you know, still in these folds because this is a little bit tight. So we're going to start this way and I may have to loosen as we go, but that's okay. Let's see here. Have I fiddled with this enough? Enough for now. Okay, let's try our next ones. Whew. Okay. I was kind of thinking, wow, there are a lot of things you could do with this. I was almost thinking maybe like, not starting at the top, I want to start kind of down here. I was thinking like the starburst idea, you know, where you grab a bunch and you twist it. Maybe. Let's use this guy. Always good to have a good variety of rubber bands, I have to say. That's another thing I always run out of. I always run out of salt and rubber bands. You would think I would know better by now? Yeah, no. Okay, let's do another one over here. Okay, that's kind of cool. Maybe. Maybe. Maybe, maybe. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like the idea of having the cuffs kind of free so then they can be a little darker. And I do want the top to get plenty of dye. Also don't want these to be like completely even. I want them to alternate a little bit. Okay, let's scrunch the top just a bit as we did with the other ones. So we get a little bit of variation going on. A little bit happening. Actually, maybe I want to go the other way. What if I do it this way? scrunch it up a little bit. Yeah, that might be the way to go. I do want a lot of dye up here in the top part because I don't want it to be sheer, but you know, having some variation to the color would be nice. Hey, well, just like the other pair, I am definitely going to be checking on these guys during the dye process to make sure that, you know, enough dye is getting into some of these bunched up areas. I might have to loosen some of the rubber bands to make sure dye gets in there. But I think we're good to go. I'm going to get the sink ready. I do have a few other things that I'm dyeing today. And let's get started. Okay, work surface prepped with lots of old towels for drop cloths. And of course we got my dye over here. Definitely want to wear gloves so that you are not having like purple alien hands for the next multiple days. I always like to have some cleaning supplies ready to go. I actually really like this stuff. This really helps get dye stains out of like countertops and the sink. Definitely have a spray cleaner, paper towel always ready to go. Make sure we can clean up spots as they happen. And next I gotta fill up this sink, hot water, some salt, get the dye in there, and get dyeing. Okay, it's been about 20 minutes and I've been checking on all the things I'm working on. We're actually looking down on the leggings, and you can tell this is actually kind of like, it's either the back butt or the front crotch. And I was kind of like, with my gloves, I was trying to like kind of pull apart the rubber bands and see if there's a lot of white left. And it turns out near the top, even though I'd only had like a rubber band across the top to scrunch it a little bit, there was a lot of white left, and it would be like right in the middle of the butt. So I'm now like taking that rubber band off, and now I'm going to soak it a little bit longer so that that lighter color can get a little darker. I'm also checking on the starbursts to try to open those and loosen them a little bit so that there isn't quite so much bright white. Really, the big deal is just not having a bright white butt. So I'm going to let this sit a little bit longer to let that darken, and then it will be time to put all of these guys in a sink full of fixative.
Wow, guys, here are the leggings. I washed and dried them, and here they are. Oh man, these are really fun. Okay, this violet color from Rit, oh my gosh, it's a very warm purple. It's almost like a raspberry purple. And man, I'm loving the starbursts. That's really awesome. The teal, oh my goodness. Okay, definitely a less intense dye than the violet. But man, I really love this. I love how the darker areas look greenish and then the lighter areas are a little more white, but they also kind of skew a little bit robin's egg blue. I'm not sure if that's going to come through on the camera because my lighting isn't that great, but that's a really fun color as well. Okay, I'm pretty happy with these. I'm liking the pattern, like the stripes, as well as the starburst. That's really fun. I think if I did this in future, I wouldn't even bother to tie up the top part of the leggings, like at all. Like, I don't think we need any of the white pattern up there at the top. I would probably just stop my wrapping pattern, probably just like a little bit below the crotch, and then leave the rest dark, because I did get more white up here than I was hoping for on the sides. But, you know, it's fine. I would probably just rather have it all the darker color at the top so we don't deal with any see-through issues, but I think this will be fine as is. I'm actually really excited to wear the purple pair, and then of course I have to send the teal pair off to my sister. I think she might like these. I don't know. They're pretty cool. All right. Let's check out our next pair of leggings. Okay, guys, this is our last pair of leggings, and you can tell we're mixing things up a little bit with a tie-dye kit. Yes. I just got this at my local craft store. This is a Tulip kit. You've probably seen me use a few of these before here on the channel. These can be a lot of fun. It's a totally different experience than dyeing in the sink because you're using the squeezy bottles. The kit comes with powdered dye. You add water into the squeezy bottle, shake it up, dissolve the dye, and then you squirt that onto the fabric. So you got a lot more control with a kit like this. You also get less fabric coverage because you're not putting the entire garment into a vat of dye. So, there are pros and cons. It can be a little trickier to get the whole garment covered, but it's pretty fun. It's gonna be basic today. I mean, we're just following package directions here, mixing up the dyes, squirting the dye on, and then we gotta let it sit. This kit has us sit for, let's see if we can focus a little bit, 6 to 8 hours, and then you can wash it. So a little less hands-on time with this one, but this one does make you you wait a little longer on this one than you do with, say, the sink dyeing. All right, you guys. Well, I'm gonna tie up my leggings. I think pretty simply here. I think I want to do basically kind of like color spectrum, like red to orange to yellow, and green, blue, and hopefully kind of end with purple close to the top. I am going to try to make sure that the purple and blue coverage at the top of the pants is pretty solid, just to try to avoid any sheerness from these white leggings. So that's one reason I'm doing kind of the darker colors at the top. I'm also going to tie these guys up with some rubber bands, but I'm going to tie them pretty loosely. Honestly, I'm putting rubber bands on this basically to give me some kind of lines to follow for where I want the color to go. I don't want to tie these too tightly because I'm afraid I won't be able to get the color all across the leggings. I'm afraid I'll have a lot of white patches if I tie these up too tightly. So let's switch over to time lapse here in a minute. I'll do a little tying, and then I'm actually going to go outside to my carport and then we'll tackle this kit outside. I'll mix up the dyes. I'll get the leggings wet so that hopefully dye spreads a little easier. I'll set up a tarp out there, some trash bags, paper towel, gloves, all that good stuff. and then we'll see what it looks like. Here we go. my goodness, you guys. Ah, here are the leggings. Oh man, these are making me so happy. I have wanted to do this project for a while, and this is just what I was hoping for. Honestly, this is pretty great. As you can tell, the colors did fade a bit from when they were on the leggings, wet with the dye. I've definitely noticed that with the tie-dye kits. They definitely seems to fade a bit, especially this green, which was interesting. It looked really, really dark when it was dyed, but now it really lightened up. It's almost like a mint. Although the blue seemed really, really dark. The yellow is pretty light as well, but the red kind of turned into this like pinky red thing, which I'm actually really excited about. I really love the color gradation too. This is kind of fun. I did get a few white patches, which, would have loved to have a little bit more coverage up here, but not bad, man. Not bad. I did get a little dye splashing. It's kind of hard to prevent that with the squeezy bottles, especially if you're moving kind of fast. So I got some little drips and drops here and there, but, I'm okay with it. I'm going to go with that's part of the look. Well, I'm so excited to wear these. So, it's a beautiful day out there. I'm going to put these on and show you what they look like.